on KSAT 12. The news at noon starts right now.
The opening arguments are underway for the trial of Michelle Barrientos Vela.
A road rage incident ending with San Antonio police finding the victim at a gas station shot.
New this noon, the trial of Michelle Barrientos Vela is now underway.
After more than 2.5 years of court delays, the former constable will now defend against multiple felony counts of tampering with evidence. You might remember Barrientos Vela left office under a cloud of controversy back in late 2019. She was indicted by a Bexar County grand jury months later, accused of concealing security payment logs from a Westside park and making her own record of them while under criminal investigation. If convicted, Barrientos Vela faces 2 to 10 years in prison. Opening arguments got underway just over an hour ago.
We are live streaming the trial all the way through the verdict being read. You can watch it live on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, or on the KSAT YouTube channel.
San Antonio police calling it a case of road rage, but it ended with a shooting.
Police found that victim at a gas station near Callahan Road in Bandera. And as Katrina Weber tells us, they are still looking for the shooter.
Instead of filling up at this Northwest Side gas station, San Antonio police are trying to draw out whatever information they can about a late-night shooting. They found the victim there near Callahan and Bandera Roads, looking for help for a gunshot wound. They say that 42-year-old man had been riding in a pickup with his twin brother when someone took aim at them with a gun around 11:30 last night. His brother told officers the shooter was in a light blue SUV, but apparently was seeing red. He says that person had road rage. Although this is where police found the victim, they say this is not where the shooting happened. The brother told officers they were a few hundred yards up the road near Callahan and Winlock when the shooter pulled up next to them. That shooter, according to officers at the scene, fired several shots into the pickup. One of them hit the victim, a passenger, in the back of his neck. Initially, police told us he was in critical condition. Then later, they said he was stable. The shooter was able to get away and so far has not been caught. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers are searching for 2 suspects in a case that happened 1 month ago. Here's a look at the victim, 29-year-old Jacoy Grant. Investigators say he was killed during a home invasion and robbery at his apartment on Henderson Pass near Thousand Oaks. The gunman left before police arrived, and authorities are asking for anyone with information to come forward. Call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
San Antonio police are also asking for your help in finding a missing man who they think might be in danger. Police are searching for 33-year-old Shannon Michael Calloway. Calloway was last seen about 2 weeks ago on August 8th near West French Place and I-10. SAPD says he may have been around the Dallas-Fort Worth area recently. If you know where Calloway is, you're being asked to call the Missing Persons Unit at 210-207-7660. Or if you're not in San Antonio, you could just call your local police department.
So far, a great week.
Yeah, a lot of people got some good rain yesterday. Some people on the west side, though, unfortunately missed out on healthy rainfall. And while we don't anticipate as much widespread of rain like we saw last night, there are some showers that are starting to fill in around the San Antonio metro area. Take a look at the live radar right now, especially in the hill country in Kendall County. A shaft of light to moderate rain is starting to push into Comal County here near Bulverde, Timberwood Park, right along 281 and near the Canyon Lake area. Closer to San Antonio, we can see a few light rain showers out near the Windcrest Kirby area down to China Grove and into Wilson County, closer to Sutherland Springs. Out to the west, we're starting to see some of that light rain near Medina Lake as well. Now, if you're planning on picking up the kids after school, it is going to be a bit of a dodgy commute. We're going to be seeing a 40% chance for scattered downpours around the city in the afternoon. High temperature this afternoon, only 88 degrees. Now, the rain yesterday did a number on the pollen count. I'll have a look at that. And of course, a look at our rain chances in the coming days in just a few minutes. Ursula, David.
Thank you so much, Sarah. We'll check with you in just a bit. With construction underway in different parts of San Antonio, there are some road closures that might affect your commute.
Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos has a look at the roadblocks and how to avoid them.
The work continues on the roads in and around the Alamo City. Let's go ahead and see what drivers can expect. We're going to be taking a look at a lot of overnight construction and first start on one of the major corridors there of I-10 over on the east side of Bexar County, where we see bridge work that will continue to take place. Begins on Tuesday, August 23rd and should wrap on Wednesday, August 24th. According to TxDOT, this is overnight. So 9 in the morning to 5 in the morning. Drivers, that's when you can expect a full closure of the eastbound main lanes there at FM 1538. Let's take a look here at 281. This is an area we also talk about quite often there. Bridge work will remain there and continue the work that is. So on Friday, August 26th, it is overnight, 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. That is when we can expect a full closure of the intersection at Overlook Parkway. So make sure you look out for crews. Let's take another look here at I-35 over on the northeast side of San Antonio, one of the busiest corridors in the Alamo City. Striping and barrier work is going to be impacting traffic. Sunday, the work started on Sunday, August 21st, and according to TxDOT, will wrap on Saturday, August 27th. At least a portion of it, 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning, is when drivers can expect multiple lane closures along with the entrance ramp on I-35 southbound between Judson Road and O'Connor Road. You can grab your phone, open your camera app, scan that QR code. That will take you directly to the KSAT traffic page, and that has a list of all the closures taking place in and around the Alamo City.
Today, there is a blood drive being held at Torchy's Tacos on Sonterra. Type O blood supply is short of even the 7 days needed. Platelet donors also needed. Because of the critical need in blood supply, platelet donors will receive 500 redeemable points in the donor store or the $50 gift card. Appointments can be made by visiting southtexasblood.org, and walk-ins will be accepted. There will be several blood drives held throughout the week. The other dates and times will also be on our website. Now to the latest on the search for former President Donald Trump's Florida home, Mar-a-Lago. The New York Times reporting the government recovered more than 300 classified documents.
But Trump is now challenging that search in federal court, requesting that the Justice Department stop reviewing the materials as part of its national security investigation. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more from Washington.
The New York Times now reporting the federal government recovered more than 300 classified documents from former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in the last year. Some of the documents are reportedly from the CIA, National Security Agency, and FBI, and cover a variety of national security interests, all stored at Trump's Florida home, which doubles as a club for paying members. Some of the documents seized reportedly had the highest level of classification. Congressional Democrats concerned about how those materials were secured.
300 pages, just, a basement stairway away in an open, beach house is not where you would want that information.
For more than a year, the National Archives has been asking Trump to return documents they say he improperly took from the White House. The Times alleges Trump himself reviewed the documents last year, telling advisors they're mine. But under U.S. law, any presidential records remain government property. Trump initially turned over 15 boxes in January, which the Times says contained more than 150 classified documents. But the FBI believed there were more. And this month, agents returned with a search warrant, seizing an additional 27 boxes, including 11 sets of classified records. Republicans demanding transparency.
If you're going to turn to the former president and Mar-a-Lago, they want to make certain that this is to the highest level. There's an imminent national security threat.
In a statement Monday, Trump again called the search unwarranted. His lawyers are now asking another federal judge to appoint a special master, an independent outside official, to determine which, if any, of these documents Trump was entitled to possess. The DOJ responded, saying their search was legal and authorized by a federal court. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
So coming up this half hour in sports, we've got a look at the KSAT Pigskin Classic game schedule for you. It's coming up.
How a local professor is testing honey for its healing benefits and what he's doing to find some of the best ones in the United States. For a decade now, a UTSA professor has been exploring a sweet endeavor. He's trying to dip into the healing benefits of honey for wound care and even try to find the one that can outperform what's already out there on the market. Tiffany Huertas takes us to a lab at UTSA in the search for a better honey.
So you can use honey for wound healing, for bacterial infections, or for gastrointestinal diseases.
UTSA biology professor Farhat Ozturk has been studying honey for about 10 years. In his latest research, he hopes to find honey in the U.S. that contains the best healing properties.
There are medicinal honey available in the world right now, and it's only coming from New Zealand and some from Australia. But I work on the honeys from the United States, and I'll try to see how they can have their medicinal properties and how can we use them for wound healing, for other diseases.
Professor Ozturk has been collecting honey from Texas and from San Antonio, honey that can potentially be used for medical purposes.
I get my honey samples from the beekeepers and I use them on the bacteria that we are growing here. So these are the bacteria that causes diseases in the human, and then we put honey into these holes, and this is the bacteria and these are the holes with the honey. As you can see, honey has prevented their growth.
Ozturk will be working with his students to learn more about the honey he collected.
I have collected about 60 honey samples from overall Texas and 35 honey samples from San Antonio. So with my students, we will analyze their antioxidant properties and antimicrobial properties to see and compare it with the current medicinal honeys sold on the market.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
How many of the students are like honey dipping?
There
like,
you go.
Got a little jar of honey on the desk. And,
That's good stuff. And this is good stuff. I love it that we didn't just get one shot of rain, we got more to come.
Yeah, and you know, even though we aren't going to see as dynamic of rain as we saw last night, we are going to continue to have a chance for rain through at least Thursday, and the aquifer could use a drink of water. It is unfortunately down 0.2 of a foot over the past 24 hours, but we may actually see that rise as a lot of the rain yesterday did fall on that recharge zone. Molds, unfortunately, are very high, past 12,000. That's one of the downsides of getting some rain. We see molds go up. Coming up, an in-depth look at the radar. I'll be tracking where the rain is right now, and we'll be talking about the rest of your week as well.
very pleasant the last couple of days with all that rain. I mean, I don't think anybody would complain, even if you're standing out in it getting soaked.
I know. And, you know, unfortunately, and we're going to take a look at rainfall totals. Unfortunately, there have been those who have not seen as much rain as others, but that is the nature of summertime rains, often very streaky in nature, those that get a lot of rain and those that don't. And if you missed out, again, we're going to have some more opportunities in the coming days. In fact, right now, there's some light rain pushing into San Antonio from the hill country. Let's go ahead and zoom in here and take a look at some of these showers that are occurring. Again, there's no lightning with these. They're just plain old showers. Out near Candelia, you can see some more moderate rain near Spring Branch as well, and near Bergheim. We're seeing some of that right on that Kendall and Comal line. We can even get down into a neighborhood view here right on Amon Street and near Blanco Road there as that Blanco Road gets into Comal County. And I'm sorry, this is my stomping ground, so I've got to zoom in here. There's some nice, brief light rain shower out near Ralph Fair Road there, near I-10, near Scenic Oaks. Hi to some of my family that still lives up there. Meanwhile, we've got some light rain that's pushing into Hollywood Park and right along 281 close to the airport. Maybe we'll be able to pick up another 1/10 of an inch of rain at the airport. And near Kirby, near the Pearl as well, we're seeing some of that light rain near China Grove too, and near Adkins into Wilson County. So we're seeing some of that near Lavernia as well. As I put this in motion, what you'll be able to see here is that we're generally going to see this shield of rain pushing south into the east over the coming hours. It will cause a little bit of a need to put on those windshield wipers, but really we're not seeing any more flooding risk. In fact, the flood watch has been canceled for San Antonio, which is some good news because we'd like a little rain, just not the risk for flood. Here's a look at measured rainfall since yesterday. We're going to spend a bit of time here on this graphic because I want to show you that more than 2 inches of rain has fallen out near Del Rio, 1/2 inch near Pearsall, 1.5 inches in Uvalde, 1 inch in Sutherland Springs, nearly 2 inches in out in Gonzales County, and nearly 2 inches of rain in Kennedy as well. At the airport officially, we've only seen 1/4 inch of rain. And as we zoom into Bexar County, you can really see the haves and the have-nots when it comes to the rainfall, right? Medical Center, just a few hundredths of an inch of rain, unfortunately. But up in western Bexar County, we've seen about 1 inch of rain. Fair Oaks Ranch, 1.5 inches in Bernie. And then across the areas closer to the south and east, near Adkins, more than 1.5 inches of rain, more than 1 inch in Sutherland Springs. We've seen some pictures out of Floresville with up to 3 inches of rain and 1 inch of rain in Seguin. Right now outside, it's 80 degrees and cloudy, and temperatures are going to be in the 80s this afternoon. There's a little bit of sun near Devine, so it's shot up to 89 in Devine. But generally with these clouds, we've been keeping temperatures at bay. Here's our setup. A stationary boundary is going to keep the chance for some scattered downpours in the forecast over the coming days, including this afternoon. So if you're planning on picking up kids, if you're going to be out and about during rush hour, there will be scattered downpours. Again, we're not anticipating any kind of flooding issues, and it won't be raining everywhere, but the chance for rain is there. So your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we'll see a 40% chance after 3 p.m. And then once we lose that daytime heating, our rain chances will go down for the day. But here's the thing, we're going to keep a 40% chance for rain in the forecast scattered Wednesday and Thursday. We do not anticipate as much rain as what we saw yesterday, but those clouds will stick around. We'll have passing downpours every now and then, 40% coverage. And so because of that, highs will only be in the upper 80s, near 90 degrees. Rain chances dwindle over the weekend as temperatures rise.
Looks beautiful for my lawn. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Still coming up, everything you need to know about what you can and cannot bring to the Alamo Dome for the KSAT Pigskin Classic. Roadrunners have finished up fall camp. That means they are starting regular season preparations. They are getting ready for their opening week, 1 week from this Saturday inside the Alamo Dome against number 24 Houston. In fact, the Roadrunners' first 3 games are pretty much eye catchers when you consider they follow up their home opener with a back-to-back road trip to Army and then UT in Austin as they get ready for the season. One position that head coach Jeff Traylor is very proud of is wide receiver core. That does much more than just catch the ball.
Each one of them have their things they're really good at, and they don't have many weaknesses. What I love the most about all of them, they are all willing participants on blocking. They take great pride in blocking. Like, we dominate on the perimeter. And there are very few receivers in the country that have that kind of athletic ability with those kind of stats that love manhandling DBs out there. I mean, they get after it blocking, which Coach Price deserves a lot of credit, as Coach Stein did last year for coaching those guys and developing them.
Kickoff in the Dome September 3rd, 2:30 in the afternoon. The high school football season kicks off this Thursday night with 3 games, followed by the first full Friday night, and then the big event Saturday in the Alamo Dome with the KSAT Pigskin Classic 2022 presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers. Our big game coverage previews take us to the campus of Harlandale High School this noon, which is home to the Indians. The Indians and the McCollum Cowboys have been placed in the same district now, 14-5A, Division II, with Alamo Heights and the San Antonio School District teams. That's right, at a 10-team district. Head coach Albert Torres welcomes back 8 starters, 6 on offense, 2 on defense, including running back Zion Molina, quarterback Jacob Saucedo, and wide receiver Saxon Langenberg. And on defense, linebacker Nicholas Rodriguez. So after the big Thursday and Friday night, Saturday, it's the KSAT Pigskin Classic 2022 presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers. 3 games inside the Alamo Dome featuring 6 teams, all ranked, including number 1 against number 2, according to 12 Stop 12. We open with Smithson Valley against Reagan. Follow that up with Judson against Johnson. And finally, Steele and Brennan at 7:30. If you can't make it to the Dome, it's all live on KSAT 12, starting with our pregame show at 11 o'clock Saturday morning. And we've got everything you need to know about parking, clear bag policy, tickets. All you got to do is scan that QR code right there on your screen. You can get a ticket for all 3 games for just $15. I'm not good at math, but that's $5 a game, if I'm not mistaken. You can get those at any Las Palapas location. You can also buy tickets for $8 from the athletics department of your student's participating school. If you wait until the box office, it's going to cost you $20, so go get that $15 ticket. That's a pretty good deal for 3 quality high school football games.
In the air conditioning, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, that too.
How one local barber shop is changing the perspective on an industry made of mostly men by having a woman-only team.
And how a new study is showing people who use e-cigarettes can still be at risk for certain heart and lung diseases.
Have you got any gift cards lying around? You might want to check them. Americans have billions of dollars in unused gift cards and store credits, and some of it can be converted. Today at 5, 12 on your side's Marilyn Morris is going to tell you what you need to do with all those gift cards that you've accumulated, especially for stores you don't want to shop at. The story is on the news at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
Now to Arkansas, where 3 officers have been suspended over a violent arrest caught on camera.
And we want to warn you that this video may be difficult to watch. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Overnight, the Justice Department announcing a civil rights investigation into this violent arrest in Crawford County, Arkansas. Police seen punching and kneeing a man pinned to the ground.
This is bad.
The suspect, 27-year-old Randall Worcester, has now been released from jail on a $15,000 bond.
Doing pretty good today. And we just walked into the car.
It all started Sunday when police were called to this convenience store after Worcester allegedly threatened and spit on a clerk. Officers found him nearby and say he turned violent. Lawyers for the deputies seen in that video say Worcester had attacked and body slammed one of the officers, insisting all necessary force is authorized to arrest this type of violent suspect. While that's not seen in the video, the woman who filmed the arrest told ABC News the suspect was sitting down talking to the cops. It looked fine at first, and then he got up to try to run, and they tackled him to the ground and started hitting him. Worcester was treated for his injuries. He now faces charges including battery, assault, resisting arrest, and terroristic threatening. The officers have been publicly identified, and all have been suspended with pay.
The officers, none of them are rookies. They've been in law enforcement for some time.
This is not what our law enforcement community represents. It's not the proper response, and they will be reviewed and appropriate action taken.
M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Walmart has been ordered to pay nearly $4.5 million to a man who says that he was racially profiled while shopping there. In March of 2020, Michael Mangum claimed a Walmart employee racially profiled him and then tried to have law enforcement arrest him on false charges. Police never acted on the employee's false charges, apparently because he or she had a history of making false reports to police. However, for that injustice, a jury awarded Mangum a total of $4.4 million in damages.
Rain continues here and out west. Storms in Utah, Arizona, and once again here in Texas, causing dangerous and deadly floods. And today there could be a chance for even more rain and worse conditions. Dallas Fire Rescue says it's been responding to dozens of water emergency calls. The fire department in Dallas suburb of Mesquite says a 60-year-old woman appears to have died after floodwaters overtook her vehicle. And hundreds of miles east of Dallas, some buildings were destroyed. The National Weather Service confirms a tornado responsible for the damage. The heavy rain is also stretching into the lower Mississippi basin. And with the 2 major airports in Dallas and Fort Worth, the storms are causing thousands of flight delays and cancellations.
Meantime, take a look around here. We're not expecting that kind of rain today, but it was very nice this morning to go walking around and see how wet the ground was still from yesterday.
Oh my goodness, yes, there was a lot of people who came away with an inch of rain or more yesterday, and as is the nature of these showers and storms. By the way, I'm Sarah Spivey. I wish I was Justin Horn. Okay, take a look.
Did I say that?
No, the little bar at the bottom said Justin Horn. Okay, so let's take a look outside with the live radar. You can see that there is some shield of moderate rainfall that's starting to push into areas in Comal County and northern Bexar County. Let's go ahead and zoom in on some of that. You can see right near Bergheim and Bulverde, as well as Timberwood Park, we're starting to see some of those showers pushing in. Hey, by the way, 58 100-degree days. We're in second place for the most amount of 100-degree days in a year. But here's the thing. I actually think it might be difficult for us to get another 100-degree day in, because looking at the next several days, Cloud cover and the chance for some showers is keeping temperatures lower. We'll have a look at the radar more in depth and what our rain chances are in the coming days in just a few minutes. David, Ursula.
You would have to grow about 3 more feet, maybe 4, to be mistaken for Justin Horn. All right, as the airline industry recovers from a chaotic summer travel season, travel experts are saying actually now is the time to book your holiday travel. While some people are still enjoying their summer vacations, travel experts say great deals can be easy to find, so you don't delay booking your winter holiday trips. According to the latest Consumer Price Index, average airline fares fell sharply by 8% in July as compared to June. Something to keep in mind as well is that prices could jump up again the longer you wait.
Just in the same way that winter jackets are going to be cheapest if you purchase them in the summer, so too with those winter holiday flights. Always book opposite season.
If you already know where you're traveling to for the holidays, do your research, track flight prices, and get alerts to let you know when there's a price drop.
There is a new discovery that could be hard to forget, as a new study shows electrical current sent to your brain could improve your memory. According to a study published in Nature Neuroscience, sending electrical currents into 2 sections of the brain appears to improve immediate recall of words for people 65 years and older. Medical officials say it's still too early to tell what this may lead to, but it could be a promising way to treat cognitive impairment like Alzheimer's disease.
Many Americans are taking up e-cigarettes, thinking that could reduce risks associated with traditional smoking. But there's a new study out, and researchers found that there is no heart benefit to use e-cigarettes. Here's Emwin with more.
Smoking has many known side effects, ranging from lung cancer to heart disease. In an effort to avoid some of those side effects, many Americans have taken to e-cigs. But new data shows this alternative does not reduce risks for heart disease. Researchers from Boston University School of Public Health looked at 32,000 adult smokers in the U.S. They found no significant difference in heart outcomes between traditional cigarettes and e-cigarettes. Experts suspect many traditional smokers who try to stop smoking by replacing traditional cigarettes with e-cigs run the risk of becoming dual users, which could lead to more risks. Researchers suggest those who are interested in quitting tobacco use talk to their doctor to discuss safer options like patches, gums, or medication. With this Medical Minute, I'm Emwin.
Still coming up, how a local San Antonio woman is running a barbershop employed by all women and her experience in an industry that is male-dominated.
Why one vineyard is selling its wine for $5,000. For decades, barbering and tattooing were typically professions that were held by men. But one San Antonio native is changing that perception right here in town.
Prospect Parlor is unique to the city, not just because it's both a barbershop and a tattoo shop all in one, but it's also entirely run by women. KSAT News Now caught up with the owner, and she shared her experience in the male-dominated industry.
My name is Jennifer Balarama. I go by Prospect. That's my barber name. The definition in the dictionary for prospect is a person regarded likely to succeed. That's why I named myself that. That's why I named the shop Prospect. Art really was the foundation for all of this. Before I did this, I was an artist. I just vend on the street. Really didn't have like a passion or a purpose. And then I went to my first barber battle and I walked in and people were drawing on people's hair and literally painting on their hair. Me being in the industry somewhat, I still didn't even know that this culture and this world existed. I fell in love automatically and I threw myself into it. I went to go work at my first barber shop. There was 10 barbers in there, all males. I cried a lot in that shop and I think I just started to discover how disposable I was in these shops. That was my foundation for knowing learning and finding out my worth as a female in this male-dominated industry. So I opened my first shop in 2017 after cutting out of my garage for a month, and we moved to this location this past February. That's when I started merging the tattooing and the barbering. My goal was to really start becoming a part of the community and merging the things that I love the most, you know, art, cutting hair, and tattoos. Tattooing and barbering are very personal services, so I just wanted to integrate a place where women specifically could come and feel comfortable. I've heard stories, horror stories of people part of the LGBTQ being kicked out of chairs, you know, like it would bring tears to my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to create a safe place for everybody. So that's kind of how the whole female thing started. Is honestly, it was from listening to my clients. When I first started this whole journey, because I've been doing hair for over 13 years, I think that I used to think that doing hair and barbering was my purpose and my passion, but I feel like I recently discovered that it's my platform. My purpose and my passion is to connect with people, to spread positivity, to just spread knowledge and wealth and love, you know, and that comes in the form of the art of doing hair and the art of tattooing.
The major sandwich chain Subway launching a subscription called the Footlong Pass. People who pick them up will get 50% off all footlongs throughout September. The $15 passes go on sale Wednesday, and there will be 10,000 available. You can find out more information on this Footlong Pass on Subway's website.
Now we know what to get Justin Horn for his birthday. Guess how much this cherry red 1955 Ferrari 410 Sport Spider sold for? $22 million. The Ferrari has ties to racing legends such as Carroll Shelby, and it's among a select few that were designed and built by Sergio Scaglietti, the man responsible for some of Italy's most famous cars. The auction house described it as one of the most significant Ferraris from the 1950s. Ooh, that's pretty. Would you spend $5,000 on a bottle of wine? Better taste good, right? Well, the key here is you can't drink it. That's what one art collector is hoping for. His name is Tullio Massani. His wine is called Via Madi 10, which is the name of the building where it's made. Grown in what he says is the world's smallest vineyard. So small it sits on top of a 16th century palazzo. The wine is aged and bottled there, but sold in an art gallery down the road.
What good is it if you can't drink it?
It must be a pretty bottle.
Must be.
Kind of like the weather we've had has been pretty over the last couple of days because it's rain. We hadn't seen that in so long.
You know, this is about the best you can ask for in August. August is typically our hottest month of the year. We've had some rain in many areas. And it's nice and cloudy and only 81 degrees outside. The aquifer, unfortunately, is down 0.2 of a foot over the past 24 hours, but we may see that shift as some of the rain that fell yesterday works through the aquifer. Unfortunately, molds are very high because of yesterday's rain, past 12,000. Here's a look at the radar right now. We're seeing some light rain push into San Antonio as we speak. And for the rest of the day, our chance will stand at about 40% until the sun goes down. After that, our rain chances will be done for the day. But coming up, there's good rain chances in our future too. So I'll have a look at that coming up.
Finally figured out what mud is. Almost forgot until yesterday.
One of the cutest things I saw on Facebook was someone was outside with their little child who had never seen rain.
It's joyful.
It
joyful
is.
for many
what
people.
Is this?
I know. And at the same time, I know on the west side, a lot of us didn't get as much rain as we want to. But look at this. We're continuing to see the chance for some rain in the forecast through about Thursday. In fact, right now we're seeing some light to moderate rain working its way into San Antonio. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at where some of the more moderate rain is right now. Out near Bulverde, Timberwood Park, right along 281 up into Comal County. So right along 46 there and 281 through Comal County. And then as we head into Timberwood Park, let's zoom in to some of the neighborhood views here. Right near Borgfeld Drive, we're seeing one moderate rain shower, a decent downpour in Timberwood Park right now near Bulverde Road. We can even zoom into neighborhood views here. This is why I love this radar. Highland Crest, if you're tuning in right now, you're getting one of those decent rain showers at the moment near Bulverde Road. And again, as we zoom out near Johnson High School, seeing some light rain, and this light rain is pushing south through Wetmore, Windcrest, China Grove, Boltville, and out towards St. Hedwig, New Berlin, and into areas near Helotes, right there on the west side. So New Braunfels, you're going to be seeing some light rain here soon, as well as Seguin. And then most of this, again, is not amounting to much. It could just make you have to turn on your windshield wipers a couple of times. As I zoom out though, and we look a little to the north, you can see that there are some more showers out near Burnett and out near Fredericksburg. And so these are going to be pushing to the south too. This is why we have a chance for rain in our forecast through the remainder of the day. Here's the rest of the day for you. Scattered downpours, potentially during the evening commute as well. So if you're planning on heading out in the next couple of hours, maybe to pick up the kids, just know that you might need to dodge a few downpours. Coverage is only going to be 40%, right? Hit or miss, but still that chance is there. And as we see the sun set close to 8, our rain chances are going to be done for the day. Temperatures will be falling into the low 80s and will really only top off in the 80s for the rest of the afternoon. It is 80 degrees right now. It feels like 84. The humidity is very high. As we take a look at the satellite and temperatures, it's a fairly cloudy day out there with temperatures relatively cooler. The sensor in Del Rio has gone out, but temperatures out there are probably in the upper 70s, near 80 degrees as well. 80 in Uvalde, 86 in Cotulla, 85 in Pleasanton. You can see where there's been a little bit more sun, that temperatures are a little warmer, like near Castroville, but it's only in the low 70s up in Boerne. All right, let's talk about our setup and our chance for rain in the coming days. This stationary front is not going to move anywhere over the next couple of days. So because of that, we're going to continue to see a chance for some scattered downpours in our forecast over the coming days. So as we take a look at the futurecast, this is this afternoon, 40%. Then as we look into tonight, again, 40% until the sun sets, and then we'll only see an isolated downpour. Looking at tomorrow in the morning, there's a 40% chance for some scattered downpours, and into the afternoon as well. We'll continue to see a 40% chance for rain through about Thursday, and then our rain chances taper off into the weekend. Again, it is not going to rain everywhere every day, and the rain shouldn't be as hard as it was last night in spots, but this is going to keep our temperatures down. We'll be back after the break.
You like Harry Styles?
Sure.
Do you know who he is?
He's a singer.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right. We're on the right track. Harry Styles. You're going to know a lot more about him. He's getting candid about love, therapy, music, and more.
The superstar talking to Rolling Stone magazine about the new level of stardom he's experiencing now. ABC's Gio Benitez has more.
As it was, or as it is, Harry Styles is having a huge year. His third album, Harry's House, is a huge success. His world tour, his fashion collection with Gucci, and a blossoming movie career. Now this morning, he is front and center on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine's Global issue. And that means he's the first ever cover star to appear simultaneously across all of Rolling Stone's 14 international editions. Styles opening up about his upcoming role in the film My Policeman.
You can sense the waves. You know how strong they are.
The film, out in October, is set in the UK in the 1950s when it was still illegal to be in a same-sex relationship. Styles telling Rolling Stone, "It's obviously pretty unfathomable now to think, oh, you couldn't be gay, that was illegal. I think everyone, including myself, has your own journey with figuring out sexuality and getting more comfortable with it."
Harry Styles to be somebody who's completely quiet online. So to see him open up about so many things, including his relationship with Olivia Wilde, his movie career, finding his sexuality, his journey with therapy, and even his disdain for Twitter was incredible.
Always. You and me.
Styles is also starring in another film out next month, directed by his girlfriend, Olivia Wilde. Styles opened up about how some fans mistreat his romantic partners. It's obviously a difficult feeling to feel like being close to me means you're at the ransom of a corner of Twitter or something. I just wanted to sing. I didn't want to get into it if I was going to hurt people like that.
We've been doing all this late night talking.
Styles also saying he's committed to therapy and keeping his private life private. I've never talked about my life away from work publicly and found that it's benefited me positively. There's always going to be a version of a narrative, and I think I just decided I wasn't going to spend the time trying to correct it or redirect it in some way.
He also said he's always writing, and so you could expect maybe a fourth album on the horizon. Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
My daughter is so excited about those movies coming out.
See?
Super fan.
Look, we're excited about those two right there.
Yeah, I'm a super fan of them too.
Oh, we're fans of you guys too.
And there are going to be a lot of fans there at the Alamo Dome this weekend because we are getting you ready for game day with sweet treats, themed drinks, and DIY game day swag as we count down to the KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Yes, and chef and owner of Dario's Bakery, Dario Ariano, is here, and we have cupcakes and a beautiful cake, but you have a cupcake hack, right? And
Yes,
the best
that-
way to eat it.
Let's have a sandwich. We can just just get a part.
Take the bottom part out.
See, I hadn't seen this.
It's so simple. Then you
Bada
eat
bing,
it.
bada boom, simple, easy,
Not
delicious,
mess.
not messy. I love it.
All right, well, speaking of sweet treats, there are some interesting flavors of Pop-Tarts out on shelf. So we are going to taste test a few of them, and we want your thoughts as you weigh in on Facebook and Twitter.
Also, we check out the comfort food made from scratch at a new restaurant here in town, Kirby Lane Cafe, and we are going to try some of the delicious queso that's out of this world. We'll explain.
And cheers to your favorite football team winning the game. We have cocktails for adults and mocktails for kids to share from Artisan, of course, craft bar and distillery. All that and more in just a few.
We're seeing scattered light rain around San Antonio right now. This will impact the evening commute, making things damp in spots, so plan ahead. Not too much rain with this, but hey, it's keeping rain chances in the forecast through Thursday. Our highs will only be in the upper 80s through Thursday. With rain chances tapering off by the weekend, temperatures go back up. But it's not going to be oppressively hot, though. This is a pretty good forecast for August. David and Ursula.
Very nice.
Thank you, Sarah. Love seeing that.
Speaking of nice, Jen.
The nicest
Fiona.
person on the face of the earth is next to Fiona, who's also very nice.
They're great. SA Live starts right
now.
Today on SA Live, we share DIY game day swag for football season and the upcoming KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Plus, we go behind the scenes and chat with KSAT employees on what they love about football season.
And this Texas-based restaurant has just moved to San Antonio. We check out their comfort food made from scratch.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Oh, yes. Hello and happy Tuesday. A lot of touchdowns to see this weekend.
Yes, I love the game day sweets.
Oh, good afternoon. I'm Fiona Gorstiza.
And I'm Jen Tobias Chesky. We'll get to those sweets in a bit, right?
Because we've got some sweets to show you right now. All right, Pop-Tarts have come out with, like yet another flavor, okay? Now, I can't, I'm not looking. I'm not looking
Yes,
over there,
yes,
okay?
put your glasses
I'm
on there,
I'm gonna
Fiona.
do this, all right, because we got some of them, and I'm going to taste test a few of them, see if I can guess what flavor it is.
Here.
Just guide my hand.
There's the first one.
Is this the first one?
Yes, yes. Go right ahead. What are you tasting?
Cinnamon.
Yes, it's usually in the form of a cookie. It rhymes with labradoodle.
Snickerdoodle!
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
Okay,
that's the newest flavor out. Okay, second one.
This
There
one?
you go.
Okay. This one is
You put syrup.
It's syrupy. It's
Yes,
syrupy.
yes.
Pancakes?
Lego my.
Eggo.
Yes,
Eggo.
there we go.
Eggo? That's Eggo?
Yeah, and this is the frosted maple flavor. Yep.
I taste
All right.
syrup. Okay.
All right, this is the last one.
I'm trying to clear out my palate. All right.
I'm wondering if this one's obvious. Yes.
This is kind of
Fredericksburg has a lot of these.
peaches.
Usually in
Peach
the form of a pie.
Peach pie. No. Peach,
what
peach
kind?
pie?
Yeah, peach. What?
Peach cobbler.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Good.
I didn't know what else to say at that moment, but yes. So peach cobbler, but I didn't know they had all these flavors, Fiona.
You know,
what'd you think? Which
I
one did you
didn't
like?
either. Okay, I gotta tell you, the sweetest one was, of course, the Eggo. All right,
Got
but
it.
Snickerdoodle was really good, and peach cobbler was really good too.
Yeah, I think our
Very
photographer
peachy.
Ted liked that one. So
Okay.
our question of the day then is, what crazy flavors would you try, or maybe you want to see? Right?
Yeah, or either that you've seen or that you've seen, whether it's ice cream or something else. Let us know if you saw kind of a cool new candy bar,
Yeah.
just one that you haven't seen before. Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. All right. Our first guest today is here to celebrate football season in a sweet way.
Yes, chef and owner of Dario's Bakery, Dario Ariano, joins us with these beautiful cupcakes. You see him working there. He does amazing work. But today, it's all about football, right?
Yes, so we, of course, we try to stay on this season, but always in the sweet way.
Okay.
So today I present you some of the cupcakes. It's a quick and easy idea to go with any colors, any designs, and of course, we had to make a cake.
Look at the precision on those, logos. That is incredible.
Yes, and the detail of that football. I feel like I can throw it, right?
Races out.
Yes, exactly.
Whoever wins, take the cake home.
What? Oh, okay. So what's the competition here? So I see we have some empty ones, and
we gotta make it happen. We gotta see who can be the faster player of the cupcake championship today.
Okay, all right. So we've each got 5 cupcakes in
Yes.
front of us, and we're supposed to try and do that.
Yes,
okay.
I may
Tell us when.
1, 2, 3, and go. Yes.
Oh, it's coming out the other way.
Okay,
Oh, no.
different color, different color.
Like-
Different color. Oh, it's a mess.
Like you can see right here, we have all of our bakes are from scratch. So we're.
Oh my gosh, it's
That's it.
Okay.
And the winner is.
Does technique,
There we
because
go.
Jen's are very neat, and mine are, well, they all look different. What can I say?
I mean, they're all generous, they're delicious. They're baked from scratch, which is the main thing.
Wet
So-
napkins? Anybody?
Here, hold on. There's the towel.
Yes,
There's the
we-
towel.
So yeah, no, I present, like always, we have everything made from scratch. We were able to get all the buttercreams, like the right colors. So if you ever need any color, any designs or anything, let us know. We'll make it happen. We have logos, we have designs, we have writing, we have everything. Just tell us, and then we'll make it happen.
Even if there's a picture, right, that you
Yes.
want to put on there.
Yes.
And for those that missed it earlier, you've got a little cupcake hack, right? If you're one of those people that maybe don't like getting the
Here's a
icing
fresh
on
one.
your nose,
Do you want to show us again?
You know?
Sure.
Here we go.
We keep
Instead,
forcing
you
you
don't want to
to-
get all messy. All you do, you pull it, you cut it in half,
Ta-da!
just a little
Now
sandwich.
it's a cupcake sandwich.
And then we have a cupcake sandwich that we can even put some jams or something on it, and then
Jam, yes, I like it.
Keep getting icing on me over here.
so good. Like you have to try them, no mess.
I like
And-
that. That's a perfect hack for birthday parties. Now let's talk about the other cakes you do, because I know weddings, birthday parties, groomsmen's
Yeah,
cake.
we do weddings. We specialize in wedding cakes, groom's cakes, but any other birthday cakes. For any excuse is the perfect occasion for a cake. Send us a message on social media. So we would definitely start with the tasting. It's totally free. And then from there, we'll give you the option to all of our fillings and everything from scratch.
Beautiful.
Buttercream, cream cheese.
How early do people need to book for, say, a wedding?
Definitely, the sooner the better. But at least give us like a good month for a wedding cake, so that we will make sure to start with the. We will even help you to design a cake. Let us know what's in your mind, what's colors, and all that. We will make it happen.
Did I see a lavender cake earlier? I thought I
Yep.
saw. Wow. And then a succulent? I mean,
Incredible. His work's
Yes,
incredible.
I know, I'm just blown
so incredible
away.
that you've been on TV shows, aside from your favorite one, this
of
one.
course.
Okay. But you've been on.
Yes, I have been blessed and very lucky to be out there exposing my work, and it's something that I actually do with the heart, and of course from scratch. That's very important to say.
Cupcake Wars, right? Was
Cupcake
that the one that you were in?
Cupcake Championship, yes.
How challenging was that? I'm sure that was intense, right? But
It
you're
was
so
a
good at what
challenge.
you do. Yeah.
Like always, like every day it's a challenge, so we're here to do our best, and then of course make our customers happy.
I was going to say, this must be like a cakewalk compared to Cupcake Wars.
Good one, Fiona. Yes.
But we always very important and special.
And of course, Halloween is coming up, and the big movie Hocus Pocus 2.
And then we're definitely gonna have something very, very special. So stay tuned for. Actually, we're coming out with a new menu that, of course, is gonna be seen here at SA Live. Yes. Of course, we're coming out with a brand new menu, new items, seasonal flavors, and Hocus Pocus 2.
And you'll have a whole watch party thing going. So follow you on your social media to keep up with all of that, right?
All right. Thank you so much. For more information on Dario's Bakery, just head to our website, and or you can just scan that QR code there on your screen. All right, well, with all this talk about football games, we got to wondering, what is it, that people love the most about it?
Yes, I'm laughing already because I could see this video. Yeah, we went behind the scenes at KSAT 12, bothered our coworkers, or some of them look like they're having a good time.
Just they know when we walk up and start running.
Yep, something's happening. To see what they love about football season, maybe some dance moves. Take a look.
I love getting together with friends and family, and honestly, the food, the cooking, the weather, what's not to love?
Football is a community sport. Everybody can get together and enjoy themselves, watch really just incredible athletes go at it from both sides, offense and defense.
I love the season. I love seeing the crowds and getting excited and seeing touchdowns.
I love the sports, the sportsmanship, that seeing people get together and watching some good games.
Wow, that's a hard question. Everything. The competition, the game itself, the fans, the excitement built around the game, everything about football.
Sitting down at my parents', barbecuing some hot wings and just watching football.
Probably just cooking and hanging out.
Just find my favorite seat on the couch.
Usually try to get my snacks ready and sit in front of the TV. That's pretty much it.
I would say my favorite is getting together on a Saturday morning, watch college football. Right after Texas Eats, you can watch it.
Raiders and the Texans.
Bred into a Cowboys fan.
Cowboys, which is really tough. Really tough being a Cowboys fan.
It's the Raiders. It's my favorite team.
For NFL, Dallas Cowboys. Still a fan after all these years.
Cowboys.
Hot wings. Yeah. Hot wings, celery, and ranch. Yep.
Wings. I'm a wing fiend.
It's a variety.
It's chicken wings, baby. Come on. It's chicken wings. Who isn't? Everybody's excited for the KSAT Pigskin Class. If you haven't got your tickets, you need to go get them. Go to Las Palapas and go get your tickets. What are you doing?
It's going to be interesting to have those football teams inside the Alamo Dome.
Oh, can't wait. Fired up. I can't show it to you, though. It's a secret dance. It only comes out when I score a touchdown.
And that's the robot.
Give him some of that. Give him some of this. Give him some of that.
KSAT is full of shrinking violets.
I love the dance moves. I do. Did you have one? No? End zone dance? No?
I remember. What was this one?
Oh no! Are we bringing up the chicken, the sassy chicken?
Yes, the sassy chicken.
You can't handle this. Yes. All right, don't forget. Let's stop that. This Saturday is the first ever KSAT Pigskin Classic, brought to you by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers. 6 local high school football teams are going head to head. You can watch it right here on KSAT 12. The fun kicks off at 11 a.m. this Saturday, August 27th, and your SA Live team will be part of all the action. So don't miss it.
All right, SA Live continues with drinks the whole family can celebrate with on game day. We share cocktail and mocktail recipes for the kids.
And we share do-it-yourself game day flair to help you cheer on your favorite team this weekend. That's next on SA Live.